Hey, what's going on, Guardians? TBL here for Planet Destiny, and it's reset day once again. So let's dive on into what's new in the world of Destiny. Alright, first up, the Nightfall this week is the Wretched Eye Strike on Earth. Modifiers are Epic, Arcburn, Brawler, Ironclad, and Exposure. Have fun with that tiny arena. Next up, we've got the weekly Heroic Strike playlist with Heroic, Specialist, Exposure, and Airborne. Some jump shotgun everything. Weekly Crucible playlists are Inferno, Supremacy, and Salvage. Alright, this week it's Shiro 4. His bounties are Crushing Blows, which asks that you kill powerful enemies with the Iron Battle Axe. Anti-Splicer, which wants you to complete 10 patrol missions, Archon's Forge Shanks, and Archon's Forge Vandals. For the class items he's got this week, this time he's got the Mantle of Perun with a Discipline Strength roll, Yolder's Iron Sash with an Intellect Strength roll, and Scori's Iron Bond with an Intellect Strength roll. Now all three of these aren't too bad, they're like 95, maybe 96% rolls, which isn't bad at all. If you haven't picked them up, now might be a good time to do it. Next up at Tyra Karn, her artifacts this week are the Memory of Timur with a Strength roll, the Memory of Radagast with a Discipline Strength roll, not too bad on that one either. And finally, the Memory of Gellion with a Discipline roll. Now of the three, the Memory of Radagast wasn't too bad, but none of the three really hit that max stat roll. I would probably hold off on purchasing any of these until she sells a better variant of them in the future. Alright, and first up at the tower, we've got Lord Shaxx. This week his Crucible bounty is A Hunt for Glory and Supremacy, which asks you to get 7 match completions, 50 primary kills, 30 kill credits, and 20 crest denials. Not too bad at all. Moving on over to the Material Exchange, first up we've got Eris Morn, who is of course taking Hadium Flake donations. Then, in a surprise double whammy, both Dead Orbit and the Future War Cult are both taking Helium Filament donations. So if you spent a lot of time on the moon, this is where you're going to be turning that stuff in. Finally, the New Monarchy is taking Spirit Bloom this week. And that about wraps it up for the Faction Material Exchange. Now before we head on to the Reef, I did want to make note that the speaker this week is selling a Cult Trinary Star and a Binary Lazarus with 2 pretty good rolls, especially the Binary Lazarus. So if you haven't grabbed these yet and you don't mind Intellect Strength, this might not be a bad choice. Alright, heading on over to the Reef now. Let's see what Varix the Loyal has got for us this time. This week's challenge modifiers are Berserk, Specialist, and a Grenade Kill bonus that actually sounds super fun. The bosses you'll be facing are Noru-Usk, Pilot Servitor, and Psylocke the Defiled. As for the bounties, this week you just need to earn points in the Prison of Elders, get grenade kills in the level 41 or Challenge of Elders, and finally use Void abilities to kill enemies in level 41 or Challenge of Elders. Seems kind of familiar, right? Pretty sure we've run into that exact same combination before. Backed by popular demand, we've got the Queen's Wrath faction with Pet's Revenge. This week's bounties ask you to kill Darnu, Horn of Oryx. He'll spawn in the Divide in the Cosmodrome. Next up, we've got Take Them Out, which asks you to kill 12 consumed or named Fallen, Hive, Cabal, or Vex in the Cosmodrome. And finally, we've got Take Them All, which simply asks that you kill 100 taken enemies. Not too bad at all. Of course, you can also turn in some Etheric Light as a donation to the Queen's Wrath faction if you've been hoarding those since your days running Prison of Elders. Do remember that this faction is worth leveling up now, as it does have very specific armor that you can only get from Petra. That's it for your weekly reset video for Tuesday, November 15th, 2016. That's going to be it for this one, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, I am the Black Link. You Guardians, stay frosty.